we are going to have a guest in the future that's going to talk about on May 17th. There is another harmonic convergence type event.
Of 2020?
Of 2020.
So much is happening.
Yeah, so much is happening. It's so so we can't wait to start getting you to know and connect with and be prepared. I love that 6 months out, right? You go out and you plant the seeds for the food that your group is going to be eating, right? 6 months out, you go and you check on the water and the resources of the village to make sure it's going beautifully. Several years ago, before there were internet connections, smartphones, and faxes had just come out. The fax machine had just come out. Helen heard of the Harmonic Convergence. I'd love for you to share this story. And this woman made a huge impact to where it is known throughout the world now as the Harmonic Convergence. Wait till you hear this story with yeah.
Okay, well, I started hearing little bits about it, you know, and then my friend Jim Barinholtz, he's deep into it, and he made a report of the 13 sites that people could visit that were the best sites according to the stars and everything else, and one of them was in Mexico, and that's when I said, whoa, I consider myself a spiritual socialist. Like, why do the people that have a lot of money get all the great courses? Why do the people that can do things go to the best places? What about every person that's walking down the street? What about them, right? I mean, I'm glad they're doing it, and I'm glad they're seeking that. Bravo, you know, because that's how they can make the world change even better from that place, right? But what about the people that want to be part of it and can't? So the word processor had just come in, so it was like a typewriter, but you could have it on the screen. So, and a friend, Peter Rosen, both of us, we teamed up, and what I did is I said, you don't have to just go to a sacred site to get the best out of this event, the Harmonic Convergence. Make a sacred site near you, your favorite tree, your backyard, your group of friends. You know, and you know, or go any place you want. You know, make it your own party, make it all your own events. Start at the same time, do your songs, and if you want to invite people, send back your address. So a few sent it back, and then I had about 20 answers, and then I had about 40, and then I had about 100, and then I had about 1,000, and people say, what's going, then they're starting to reach me with the shortwave radio guys are starting to start calling me on the phone. Hey, we're up in Alaska. I said, well, they said, we're telling you that there's something we're doing on Mount whatever. Okay. So we started getting I had so many pages, and we're trying to tell the press and everybody that this is something really important, and nobody was paying attention to the woo-woo-wah-wahs. You know what I mean? And by then, many of us were engaged all around the planet. And actually, even from the Philippines, from here, from everywhere, hey, we're doing one there, we're linking up there, okay, whatever. The thing is that thousands more linked up. And so CNN says, okay.
So CNN calls Helen.
We saw one of your flyers down at the Bodhi shop or something.
At Bodhi Tree, right? Bodhi Tree store in Hollywood.
Okay, yeah. So what is this all about? It says, well, this is happening, and I've got all these places that people are doing it, and it's the biggest configuration of humans praying and celebrating together on the planet, all over the planet together, the first time in history, knowing that we're all doing it at the same time in history. First time
the cosmos
lined up for this.
So if you understand, like, the cosmos they're like combination locks. They are on the 12 astrological signs. The moon turns and rotates. The sun turns and rotates. All of the universe extended was on this convergence of playing lined up harmonically with the U.S.
Yeah, like no
not the
retros.
U.S., with the Earth, with all of the
no
Earth.
retros.
No retros, everything in perfect alignment.
Harmony.
And it's like once in a lifetime type of experience for most people to have this experience with exactly how all of it lined up. And so for earthlings, humanity, to be
together in that way.
And this beautiful man, John, had said, oh, these are the 13 most powerful places for us to focus our energy on, have people around. Jim did, right? Jim but Jim had this. And Helen said, well, I'm a socialist, and I believe we can create one right here, and we can create one in every area. Everyone can create one. Well, so as people were calling in and saying, can I come with you, or what's the expenses?
And faxes. So what happened is they said, come down to CNN headquarters. We'll send it to Atlanta. I came down with boxes of papers and addresses, and it took me 4 hours to send all the faxes. That's how many there were, and the CNN actually covered it worldwide.
So they covered the Harmonic Convergence got covered.
Hello.
By one divine spark, miracle making frequency.
2 sparks, Peter and myself.
Yes.
He was the one typing.
Right.
I'm the one doing it.
Right. But this is the key factor here: is you caught the wind, you caught the idea, you caught the cosmos. The cosmos you caught. Then you got other people to see what the cosmos were asking. And you made it land with each person, so they got and understood how powerful it was for them to do it themselves.
And many never forget that the Russians, everybody,
they didn't forget.
Yes.
And whatever it is,
opening of the heart.
Opening of the heart, this beautiful woman collectively, and each person hearing the call of the cosmos, stepped on board, developed, co-created. But you've got right there on the other end of this. You've got to know how powerful you are when you sit with another and what you can co-create together. And as long as you're not thinking outside of it's got to be huge. It didn't start out huge. It started out with, well, let's just add one more. Oh, and you can add one more. Yes, let's add one more. And we'll type it up. We'll be in integrity. 4 billion bits of information.
The French sent me 10 pages of the ones they knew about because they spread the word. They faxes.
Right.
Think about it.
And so our ability to save the earth, right? We're in this place of save the earth, which is so beautiful. The earth doesn't need saving.
No.
It's humanity. Earth is going to go on.
Maybe a little gratitude.
Yeah. More gratitude, please. We can feel it. The earth can feel our gratitude. We know it's a sentinel. Again, the Heart Math Institute and this institution that goes with it that studies what's happening on the earth. Our emotions affect the earth. The earth affects our emotions. The cosmos affect us. If sunlight hits your skin directly, vitamin D is activated. You go from having vitamin D1, vitamin D2 to having vitamin D3. That skin, that activated vitamin D3 in your blood system goes into your digestive tract. Well, you have water, right? And it makes more channels to receive calcium and micronutrients. It actually causes you to get more active. It causes and hardens your bones. It's incredible what just a little bit of sunlight on your skin does for your body. A little bit of moonlight on your skin does an extraordinary number of things that we're just starting to study. In the great churches throughout the world, the floors, the Vatican's so beautiful and so fascinating. They've got all of the astrological signs
Yes.
on the floor.
I was wondering about
right,
that.
the sun shines in and it lands on the floor. It tells you what constellation we're in. You can look at at all of the churches, these ancient temples.
Well, they still had some of the history schools.
They still,
with them.
right, completely, but they know exactly where the cosmos are and what the formula is for the human to initiate and activate the next sense. By humanity doing the harmonic convergence, we sent out this boom, this signal into the cosmos. We're awake. We are here. We are doing the work. We're awake.
But the animals get healed. The plants get healed. It affects everything.
It affects everything. And so you being lined up with your own personal astrology, your own personal understanding. And it was like Carl Jung that really dove into, he said, if I had more time to study, I'd dedicate 30 years just to this fascinating work and this fascinating science. You've got to start looking at your body as a sphere and a cylinder, right? A sphere and a cylinder. The sphere that you are is affecting everything 360 degrees around you that you come in touch with. And you've got to fill up your own understanding of why things are happening for you. It's incredible and then to call in the invisible world showing itself to you, right? Using you to harness the greatest good that can come through you. And it's amazing because you have to be in high levels of trust and in love and in faith. And so you go and you put dimes or quarters in someone else's meter. So you're like, people do things for people all the time. They'll never meet. You drop a quarter in there and you really feel the sense of.
That's what I'm talking about. You feel, you did something. You feel love.
Yes, from your own heart. And then when you start thinking about yourself and you remember some of the past that used to shut you down, well, you actively have these, but I'll call them imaginal cells because that's what they're called in butterflies, right? These imaginal cells that are waking up, that you're this divine being carrying this incredible frequency, able to see the unseen world, able to bring and materialize, right? A conch shell that Helen is birthed out of again. That shell carried her back to the shores with her legs, right? And if you've ever been in a drowning experience, it's quite frightening when your body gives out to being able to the muscle or willpower yourself, like that absolute surrender in the middle of seeing, land far, far away.
Very far away.
We're very, very far. And so the ancient Egyptians taught about 12 gateways, and there were 9 different types of like death experiences. And the drowning, you're bringing back your past lives from when you drowned. Every one of your past lives that you drowned in, you come back to, you have a drowning experience possible in this life, or someone else you're in the same field with is having that drowning experience.
Well, maybe I was a priestess that drowned and came back because of that. Who knows?
It's amazing because the energy that you are, the life force, the miracle frequency, the spark that you are is as old as time, and you've organized yourself into this droplet of humanity, and this droplet of humanity is connected to all of humanity and all of the cosmos. I'd love for you to share where you want to go next with this.
Oh, I had something in my mind and I forgot about it. Jeez.
I'm going to give you some water see.
Yeah, no, but at one point I wanted to tell you about that young man that was a gang member.
Yes.
And what he ended up doing, that's why the mom says it was, thank you for, you saved him. Yeah. And I said, no, I didn't save him. I just showed him his
divinity.
His
yes.
divinity. What he ended up doing is in his neighborhood, which is a very poverty-stricken neighborhood, he opened up a factory for seamstresses that all the girls had a co-op.
Oh, nice.
And if they're single moms, they
yes.
had a little co-op. I helped them get 50, I think it was 20 or 40 sewing machines from Japan, and they could have their own business. And if they wouldn't lose their job if they had a baby that got sick and they had little babies there. And he did that because his sister was a single mom. So he did that for all these young women. And he just he was so happy to take his little briefcase and do things. It's like he became happy as soon as he started doing things.
And
that's the deal. In service.
His sister, which is so beautiful. They say if you want to have a lasting impact, you empower the women. You empower the women and children because they will always give to the men. They will always give to more children. Whereas it's such a beautiful, beautiful gift for women. The feminine thinks as a whole, and the masculine really thinks in specific terms. And so,
but I wanted to talk about words.
Yes.
Now, the Nahuatl language.
Yes, the Nahuatl language.
Okay,
right?
That's the language of the Aztec Empire that was all the way from.
I wonder if I still have it right here.
I think it was all the way from Utah to Nicaragua. That at some point. Okay? Yes. Their language was crafted. It wasn't something that came out of that means this or that.
Yeah.
It was crafted to be noble, never offend. They don't have any offensive word in the whole language. Like when they say good morning, it's Cuentimoyo Tikatsin. How is your heart today?
How is your heart today? Oh my gosh, I love that greeting. Miracle Makers, that might be our greeting. How is your heart today?
Yes, it's good morning.
Yeah, oh, that's so beautiful.
So the whole language is crafted to be noble, to address young women in a noble manner.
Yes.
Like you hear crazy things said about girls, names and stuff. No, beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's sweet, she's gentle, but every part of the language is polite.
Yes.
And positive.
Yes.
There's no no doesn't exist. And I said, why? Why doesn't it exist? Because there's always possibilities.
There's always possibilities, and this is huge. You can only expand to the level that the language can. In Sicily, there's no future tense.
Wow.
So we go on trips to Sicily to drop emotions. You drop anxiety, you drop the sort of the anxiousness in the future, and you can really drop into the current moment. Sicilian language has a great deal of gratitude in it as well, so it's really beautiful. I have the Aztec language. I have a set of books downstairs. I can't wait to show you, with like the Egyptian, they're little books with all of the different languages.
That's fantastic. And I love that. I'd love to see it.
I can't wait to show you guys that. Let's get you guys in on some of these questions and get you to ask questions. Again, I'm going to start the recording here. It won't be being recorded unless you give me permission to record it. Yeah.